Hello, I'm Jordan,
And I'm Grayson,
and this is
Partners in Paranormal. Episode 5.
Episode 5.
5 weeks in a row.
Not 4?
Nope.
Really?
We've been doing it for 5 weeks.
Hell
Pretty
yeah.
good. We might not have an episode next week because
Oh yeah, Eddie's gonna be in.
yeah.
Or we can have Eddie on it.
Because my best friend Eddie is coming to visit me. I'm really excited.
From New York.
From New York. Manhattan. We're gonna have... Okay, now it's awkward.
I was gonna say the background noise should be gone.
Yeah. Well,
So you shouldn't be able to hear that.
as long as somebody doesn't move the whole time.
What do you mean? I fidget. I have ADHD.
I know.
I can't help it.
I know. But hopefully all of that background noise will be gone because now we have 2 microphones and an app that will hopefully get rid of the background noise.
Yeah.
So our audio was pretty bad the last episode because we also didn't realize that the mic was not on. And so
it was just phone audio.
yeah, luckily we were recording on the phone though.
Yeah.
We had a pretty busy weekend this week.
We went to Denver.
We went to Denver
Well, first we went skiing. Picked up our old roommate. Went skiing with her.
We went to Copper.
Uh-huh.
And we shredded. Got a little bit too drunk on the slopes.
Y'all did.
I did.
You did.
I fell very much and my knees are hurting. But other than that, it was really fun. And then we spent the night in Denver. And then we had a little Friendsmas Christmas party.
Mm-hmm.
And I did some crazy stuff at that party.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
It
we
was
watched
fun.
the parade, the Christmas parade.
The Parade of Lights in Denver.
That.
And then Jordan had to drive us home last night.
At like 11:30.
Yeah, and I slept in the passenger seat the whole time.
Yeah. And I got complained at.
I didn't want to go to Buc-ee's and you wanted to go to Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
But I was like half asleep, so it really didn't matter.
Nope.
I
didn't know what the big deal was.
Well, I was half asleep. That's also what it is. You know what it's like to be half asleep and mad.
Yeah, I'm an asshole whenever
Exactly.
I'm asleep.
So that's why I was not wanting to go, because I was pretty much asleep.
Yep.
Do you have a story today, Jordan?
Sure.
I'll still go first.
Yeah.
I did.
I tried to do research. I tried doing it at work. Whenever I'm working at the campus store. But the computer there sucks. But yeah.
We need to get Jordan a fidget spinner or something up in here. Somebody send us something. Mother, father, just kidding.
You derailed my thought. Yeah, I tried doing research, but I could not. 'Cause the computer sucks where I work. So I'll bring my laptop next time this week.
It's fine.
Mm.
We'll just do another SCP or Reddit story.
But I know what my topic's going to be next
What?
time. Can't tell you.
Okay. Do you know what my topic is today? Did I tell
No.
you? Oh, okay. It's pretty exciting.
Have you talked about it?
No.
That's what I thought. Then how would I know?
I don't know.
Also,
I have to read out my phone. Okay. Well, with our new mics, I have to either hold it or it's going to be really far down and I'm going to have to slouch the whole time. We're figuring this out day by day.
yeah.
So let me get my notes pulled up.
Possibly get another boom stand.
Yeah, I mean, we could do it next week. We would just have to do it like on Tuesday, which is literally...
Tomorrow?
No.
Or the
it's
day
in
after tomorrow?
2 days, so we'll just have to figure it out. If not, maybe we can do... No, we could do it next Sunday because Eddie's leaving on Sunday.
Okay.
Okay. We're doing it a little bit late this week. So we had a long weekend. All right. Well, let's get into it. We don't have a personal story today. I didn't get one from anyone.
No.
So if you have a personal story, send it to us on any of our social medias at Partners in Paranormal. Instagram is Partners in Paranormal Podcast. I switched the name. And I also changed the
YouTube banner.
The Spotify thing.
The name?
I made a new Spotify artwork thing. I showed you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. My topic today is Black-Eyed Kids.
Oh, I know about the Black-Eyed Kids.
Mm-hmm. What do you know about Black-Eyed Kids so far?
What do I know?
Mm.
I'm just going to tell you everything about them. They're believed to either be paranormal or aliens, and they have all black eyes, big black eyes. They're always little kids. They're friendly at first. They ultimately want to get inside your house. And so they knock and they plead.
Stop.
I know all about them.
Okay. Do you have any stories of Black-Eyed Kids?
No.
Okay. Well,
I would be like mortified for life if I had a story about Black-Eyed Kids. That shit's scary.
Yeah. All right. So here's what I have. Black-Eyed Kids are paranormal creatures that resemble children and teenagers. They are reported to have pale skin and pure black eyes. Black-Eyed Kids have been reported hitchhiking, begging, or what I have heard most about is on the doorsteps of people's homes. They don't seem threatening at first, as Jordan was saying, and it might even seem like they need help. And you, not wanting to see a child lost and scared, might even agree to help them.
Mm-hmm.
They may ask to use your phone or for you to give them a ride somewhere. You may let them enter your house or your car, only to realize that something is off about them. They haven't looked you in the eye since meeting. Then once you have invited them inside, they make eye contact, and you realize that they have no white or color in their eyes, only a colorless black void where the eyes should have been. And then it would be too late. People who have encountered these creatures have described a feeling of a sense of dread when being in their presence, like before they even know that they are in the presence of a black-eyed kid.
Oh yeah, there's just a feeling of something's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Which could help them to get inside your house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you feel like something's wrong, so you want to help this kid. The children speak in a monotone voice, more mature than they appear, and they often repeat phrases, hence the alien theory, because they don't
know our language. They're just playing off what's happening in that moment.
They're like reading off a script. They'll seem normal at first, but some are said to be wearing outdated clothing and don't know how to operate modern day technology. So like if they ask to use your phone and then you let them inside, they won't know how to use the phone. Some think that the Black-Eyed Kids are aliens, hence the outdated clothing. They might say things that don't quite make sense, like the repeated phrases that we just talked about. And it's almost like they're trying to convince you that they're human. They're always insistent on you letting them inside. So they'll start pleading and asking very sweetly and nice for you to let them make a phone call or to catch a ride. And then they become more and more aggressive. We don't exactly know what would happen if you let them in. Some say that they take over or possess or have power over their victim, much like the vampire legend. So, like, it's kind of like vampires where the vampires can only come into your house if you invite them inside.
I didn't know that was a thing with vampires.
It is.
Oh.
So there are stories of people letting them in with catastrophes such as fatal accidents or cancer diagnoses following the children in their wake, but we don't know exactly what it is that they want.
Maybe they're Chernobyl children. They're radioactive. I'm just... What? You said cancer follows? That's where my mind went. Like, just being weird, pale, outdated, Chernobyl. Well,
Like ghosts from Chernobyl?
either that or just mutated children. They never grow and they never die. They got all black eyes.
Interesting.
It's no.
So others believe that they are demons or children of the devil himself. And if you let his children in, then you let the devil himself into your life. The first sighting of a black-eyed kid was reported in 1996 in Abilene, Texas,
That's where my family's from.
by Brian Bethel, followed by a second sighting shortly after in Portland, Oregon, which were not related to each other, but I think this Brian Bethel guy reported on both of them, but the one in Abilene, Texas actually happened to him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he wrote the stories in the ghost-related mailing list.
So you let them in?
Well, I'm about to tell his story.
Okay.
Brian Bethel reported on these encounters on a ghost-related mailing list, and his stories have become regarded as classic examples of creepypasta. And if you don't know what creepypasta is, it's literally just like creepy stories that are on the internet. That's it. I thought it was something more specific than that, but
Just fictional stories made up.
yeah.
It's like SCPs.
So he says that he met the black-eyed kids while paying his cable bill. He was sitting in his car, writing a check, when a group of teenagers walked up to his car and remained standing close. He says that he immediately had a bad feeling. The hairs on the back of his neck stood up when one of the teens knocked on his car window.
That is like the worst time for that to happen, I feel like, because you're in your car.
Yeah, but I mean, you could just start your car and drive off.
You could.
So it's not really the worst time. I think the worst time is whenever you're stuck at home.
Well, I just mean because, like, clear windows around you.
I guess they can see that you're there.
Yeah.
It's all bad.
Mm-hmm.
He's he rolled the window down a sliver for them to ask him for a ride to their mother's house to get money for movie theater tickets. Bethel says he was confused because the movie that they wanted to see started 45 minutes ago, and he said that the teenagers sounded much older than they looked. Which also, why would it, if they went there to the movie theater, why didn't they bring money in the first place if they were actual teenagers? He looked closer at the teens, and in the dim parking lot lighting caught a glimpse of one of their eyes. They were completely pitch black. He threw his car in reverse and hightailed it out of the parking lot, and when he looked back, the teenagers had vanished. Ever since Bethel's encounter, the legend has spread like wildfire, with many stories of encounters surfacing. So that was in 1996.
Yeah.
So it's been a legends for about 30 years now?
In 2 years, it'll be 30, 28.
Yep. So now I am going to read a Reddit story that I found on the Thought Catalog blog, and I will be linking...
Wait, the Thought Catalog blog?
Yeah, it's a website that I found this
Oh, okay.
from.
I was going to say, is it r/Thought Catalog blog?
No.
Because it's a long name for a subreddit.
It was a Reddit story on a blog. I just wanted to give the blog credit because that's where I found the Reddit story. So I'll be linking the blog in the description, as well as the Reddit user that the story is written by.
Mm-hmm.
And I only skimmed the story because I wanted it to be a surprise for both of us whenever I read it. So it's both of our first times hearing it. This story is from Reddit user No Sleep 2012. And it's called The Midnight Caller.
But, yeah. I mean, yeah, there's one real account of it. Well, what's up with the Oregon one? Was that real?
I didn't even look into that one. I should have.
Yeah.
But I didn't. So this story is called The Midnight Caller. It almost felt like a dream. I woke up to my dog, Lucy, barking. She was upright on the bed where my husband and I were sleeping with our 22-month-old daughter. It's never good whenever there's a child involved. Children are creepy.
Children are creepy.
They always know when things are around.
Their veil is... Wait.
The veil is thin.
Yeah.
So their 22-month-old daughter, staring at our door like an unknown stranger, was out there rummaging around. I thought she was just freaking out over a house noise. We had only had her for 3 months and she was still a puppy. Huh?
Talking about the child like a puppy?
This is what I'm confused about. Where did the dog come in? It could have been
Are they talking about the puppy here?
22-month-old daughter, staring at our door like an unknown stranger, was out there rummaging around. I thought she was just freaking out over a house noise. We'd only had her for 3 months and she was still a puppy, so I guess their daughter is a dog. This is future Grayson editing. I'm just now realizing that the story literally started with the dog woke her up barking, so that was pretty stupid. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. It could have been anything. Our roommate, a creak from the house settling, the awnings moving outside, and the breeze. I wasn't too concerned initially. I decided the best bet would be to open the door and show her nothing was there. It sounds a bit silly, but it's what we do with our daughter when she gets scared. And I figured it should work with a puppy too. I opened the door and she raced to the front door. She stood there snarling at the door. It was an angry, violent growl, one I had never heard her make before. I looked groggily at her and opened the baby gate, blocking the doorway, planning to open the door and show her everything was okay. The second my hand reached for the deadbolt, Lucy went wild. She started barking and jumped toward me, and when I touched the metal, she suddenly changed her temper. She whimpered, almost like she was afraid and backing down. As her mannerism changed, so did mine. I wasn't calm anymore. My heart was racing and sinking at the same time. I had been flooded with a mixture of fear and dread. I looked through the peephole. I can't explain why I looked, but I did. Outside were 2 kids. One was just a smidgen shorter than me and didn't look much younger. I'm 21 and she looked to be 16 or 17. She was slender and pale. Her hair was a light shade of honey blonde and she wore it long, about mid-back, with long, thin, blunt bangs in the front that covered most of her eyes. She wore jeans, a light wash that's popular right now. She wore jeans, a light wash that's popular right now, and a thin-looking olive-colored pullover-style hoodie. She held the hand of a small girl who looked to be around 3 or 4 in the same style jeans and a button-down ivory cardigan. The smaller one looked at the floor shyly, but had the same shade of hair tied back in a ponytail. Which is interesting because I feel like I always picture them to have like dark black hair, like the Ring lady.
Yeah.
She held a stuffed toy under her free arm, and it was identical to the one my daughter has, as was their style of dress. Had it not been for the feeling of overwhelming dread and fear, I probably would have asked these children in and given them some tea or hot chocolate and get them out of the bitter cold. Something about them seemed off. At this point, I hadn't made any noise, and I hadn't shushed the dog or grumbled anything. I hadn't shushed the dog or grumbled. Nothing. I hadn't turned on any lights. These kids had no indicators I was at the door. The older one spoke. She had a voice that was mature, confident, strong, and accentless. She held her head tilted downward, and I couldn't see her eyes. She said, "We have to use your phone." "We have to use your phone." I stood frozen in fear. How did she know I was there? She raised her head to face me directly, and that was when I saw her eyes. There was a reason I couldn't see them through her bangs before. There were... I'm like stroking out right now.
Yeah.
Reading this.
Smelling burnt toast, Grayson.
They were black or midnight blue or a dark, dark purple.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask what tea you're sipping on, Grayson.
Peaceful afternoon calming tea with some ashwagandha that I added into it.
What was ashwagandha? I've heard that word before.
Because I take it like every day.
Oh,
it's a mood booster.
yeah.
That's nice. Is that your foot?
Yeah.
Okay.
What'd you think it was? A
Well,
black-eyed
it
child?
freaked me out because I could only see your knee, so I thought that your leg was freakishly long for a second. Okay. Their eyes were black or midnight blue or a dark, dark purple. They were otherworldly, she said. Our mother is worried. Our mother is worried.
Our mother is worried.
As someone who has always been interested in creepy stories, I knew what she was the second she looked at me through the door. I never have been one to believe in these things. As a staunch atheist and skeptic when it comes to the paranormal, I had written off many a ghost story from friends and family members eager to tell their tale. That's rude. Just let them believe that it happened.
Yeah. Real.
I didn't believe it. Still, I couldn't rationalize my way out of this. I was standing with nothing but a thin wooden door between me and a black-eyed kid. There was no questioning what was right in front of me. Wonder if she's still a skeptic after this.
No, I doubt it.
I did not answer her. Slowly and silently, I backed away from the door. Lucy's still cowering at my ankles. Also, it's probably karma because she didn't believe her friends about their paranormal experiences, so now she has to have the scariest one.
Mm-hmm.
She kept talking. Just let us in to use your phone. I took another step back, and with that step, the tone changed. At first, she seemed polite. When I took that second step back, she became commanding, almost hostile. We're not going to hurt you. If we wanted to do that, we would have broken in. I'll ask again. May we come inside and use your phone?
Like, hell no, after making a threat towards me.
I'm calling the police.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately. Lucy snarled at the door, and I inched backward, though something inside me seemed to be slowly pulling me back toward the door. It wasn't a physical pulling so much as a subconscious need to go back and let them in. Don't.
Yeah, don't do it.
You know that you shouldn't, so don't. I got to my room, covered up the window, locked the door, and sat there in the dim light of the nightlight. I heard her call me back to the door once more, and then quiet. I didn't go back to sleep that night, and I haven't slept right since. I know from reading about them that BEKs can't just come in without permission. I know they haven't hurt anyone, which we don't know that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I still fear I'll be the exception. When I told my husband, he said it was just a dream. He keeps telling me to forget it. This sounds like gaslighting. He keeps
Well, I mean, if she's a skeptic, I don't see why her husband wouldn't also be a skeptic.
Yeah, but if I told you that that happened to me, would you believe me?
Yeah, I mean, I believe the time in the Grant house that you woke up and looked over and there was a girl. Well, I pushed it out of my mind. I didn't want to believe it, but I still deep down believed it.
I mean, but also that could have definitely just been me dreaming.
Yeah.
I want to believe it was just me dreaming.
Exactly. But also wouldn't be surprised because Rainey had all those things.
Yeah. I'm glad that girl didn't follow us here.
Mm-hmm.
Watch me have another encounter with her tonight now that we're talking about it.
Don't. You're going to speak it into existence, Grayson.
When I told my husband, he said it was just a dream. He keeps telling me to forget it, but this lingering feeling of sadness, this dread when the house is silent at night, this fear of a knock at the door tells me otherwise. That's the end of that story.
Can you imagine just like right after you're done, like...
That would freak me out.
Mm-hmm.
But we live in an apartment, so we don't have black-eyed kids.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Or maybe, because remember that one time whenever I was sleeping on the couch and I was taking a nap on the couch, and then I thought that I woke up and I thought that you had come home because I remember like kind of waking up and somebody had opened the door and they said, "Oh, they have cats in here." And then whenever I woke up, I was like, was that real? And then I go over to the door and it was like halfway open.
Ugh.
But I think it was probably just someone like going to the wrong house and maybe I accidentally left the door unlocked.
Mm.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah. That was creepy though. And recently we've been getting at least twice there's been somebody knocking on the door. I remember this also last year. Is I was in the shower and somebody knocked on the door and then rang the doorbell and then knocked on the door again. And I was like, obviously maybe it's somebody I know or like something's going on. And so then I went over there. I don't know why I didn't look out the peephole, but I opened the door and there was nobody there. And then somebody went, oh, hey. And then I closed the door. Because I was like, no, because I was just in my towel. And then kind of the same thing happened a couple of weeks ago. Somebody, I was sitting
that dude in the suit?
No.
Oh.
You weren't here. But I was on the couch. Somebody knocked on the door and then rang the doorbell twice and then knocked on the door again. I was like, I'm not going to go. And I looked out the peephole and it was two girls. It's probably like they're trying to sell something, but they're so insistent on like me answering the door. It's
Ring
creepy.
it once, don't answer. Well, you can also hear our doorbell going off, so it's not like doorbell doesn't work.
Yeah. I was like, dude, if I didn't answer the first time, why would I answer the door after you knock on it?
And we don't schedule shit to happen at our house. I mean, we know if we do.
Yeah, I'm not answering the door unless it's like a police officer or a firefighter.
Yeah.
If I haven't scheduled anything, the door is not opening.
Nope.
You will not know that I am here. I will close the blinds.
I guess you weren't here. There's some dude in a suit out there. I said coming because I wasn't wearing anything. It was when my back was all fucked up.
Oh.
And yeah, I went to go put on pants and I went back and then he was gone.
It's weird. People are trying to sell us stuff, but we live in a crappy apartment.
Yeah, we live in like Section 8 basically.
I don't know what that is. So what do you think about the Black Eyed Kids, Jorb?
What do I think
Do
of
you have
the
any
Black Eyed
theories,
Kids?
or do you think they're aliens, or what do you think?
I told you my theory.
What?
Chernobyl children.
That's your final answer?
I mean, that's my first guess whenever I hear it. Ultimately, I mean, yeah, there's no like true motive to what they're doing except for wanting to get inside your house to do something to you.
Yeah.
I heard one story.
I feel like
It's been
just
so long.
a creepypasta, honestly.
Yeah.
Because like this guy is the only one that I could find like who had it was his name attached to it, you know? Like he was the only one that had like an actual story. Other ones are like stories of a story, you know?
Yeah.
Not a first-hand account. I think it's just
Myth busted.
yeah. But watch us say this and then
Have that shit happen.
you're never going to hear from us again because we're going to be abducted by a black-eyed kid.
But we would have to let him in.
True. And I wouldn't.
No.
I had to break into our house today. This is actually probably the fourth time I've had to break into our house.
Yeah.
Through our window. I guess my theory on the black-eyed kids is that they're not real.
Yeah.
I'm skeptical. But it's still a scary story. And, I mean, honestly, anything that has this much traction on a story, like, I feel like it's got to have some version of a truth.
Yeah. Maybe it's all based off of Mormons.
I don't understand.
Like, well, I guess any religious group that comes and knocks on your door.
Oh,
And-
that is Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, is it Jehovah's Witness? Okay, them.
But Jehovah's Witnesses...
Not saying that they are. Not saying I think
and
that they are.
They're not going to come into our house and...
Give us cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Or, like, curse us.
Maybe it's about the Scientology. Come and suck you dry. Because you have to pay for it. It's almost like a pyramid scheme.
I think it's just a creepypasta.
Yeah.
I don't think it has a deeper meaning, honestly.
Yeah, no.
Personally.
Yeah.
The next time you come across a seemingly helpless child who won't make eye contact with you and seems a little bit out of sorts, do not invite them into your home. They may just be a black-eyed kid. And that's the Black-Eyed Kids from me. I feel like I didn't do that much research on it.
Yeah.
But I feel like there wasn't a lot that I could do research on. I mean, all I can really say is what it is and what they do, you know?
It's probably just a story.
Creepypasta.
Mm-hmm.
Your turn.
Fiction. Jubin's turn. I'm gonna be doing a little short and sweet story because we're getting tired. And I was gonna read a creepypasta, but it was 77 minutes of reading.
It's
And
too
while
long.
trying to like read it with tone and everything, it probably would have been more like 2.5 hours.
Too much for a creepypasta.
Yeah. So instead, I shall be doing SCP as I have been. Today I'll be doing SCP 6101.
But next week, Jordan's doing research.
Yeah, next week I'm doing research. I have 2 topics for like the next 2 weeks. This SCP is level 6, Cosmic Top Secret. Containment class Esoteric. Disruption class Eki. And risk class Danger.
Ruh-roh.
Special containment procedures. SCP-6101 is too powerful to contain. He is to be left in the care of his family until the next time the Foundation should call upon him for assistance. This one's more of a helper.
A helper?
A helper.
What does that mean?
He helps out. He's not a bad guy.
But I thought he was dangerous.
He is dangerous. It's the most powerful SCP.
Have you read this before?
No, I just skimmed over it.
Okay.
Description. SCP-6101 is the most powerful SCP. His name is Ethan Prosper. He is 9 years old at the time of writing. The full extent of this SCP's powers are unknown, but he has displayed capabilities such as flight, super strength, invisibility, and all the powers of Marvel superheroes.
Interesting.
Yeah. He is anonymous. Okay. Anywho. Anomalous,
It doesn't matter.
brave, and capable of doing anything he sets his mind to. The SCP has 2 guns which he carries with him at all times.
It's 9. It's crazy.
The guns, which he has named Fear and Loathing, shoot bullets made of
Stop.
pure light and darkness.
That's so funny.
Respectively, his dog Heidi, sub-designated SCP-101-01, 6101-01,
Dog is also an SCP?
yeah,
That's cool.
is the second most powerful SCP.
Nice.
She is fiercely loyal to this SCP and protects him from why do they keep on using this word? Anomalous organizations who want to use his powers for themselves. Incident log in March 18th of 2028 or 1928. It just says 28. SCP Omega broke out of its cell, Site 301, unable to reestablish containment of the anomaly.
Why would you assume that it's in the future rather than in the past?
That's a good point. I don't know. Because I think that all these SCPs happen in like a dystopian time.
But even if they happened like in a dystopian world, it would still be,
Within our timeline.
right?
I don't know. Yeah, they should have put the what's the century?
Whatever.
Any hoot. Unable to reestablish containment of the anomaly, Site Director Rushpa Chakravarti. What?
I said,
Called upon SCP-6101 for assistance. This SCP was then personally escorted to Site 301 by Mobile Task Force PSI 301, Genie in a Battle, from his room at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Using a combination of telekinetic abilities and verbal threats, SCP-6101 successfully drove SCP-Omega back into its containment cell. As witnesses applauded and cheered, he was awarded a Foundation Star for his efforts by director Chakravarti in a special ceremony shortly afterward.
So he's like a little baby superhero.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
It's just a fun little SCP. In addition to saving the lives of everyone at Site 301, this SCP became a hero to countless other critically ill children like himself after reports of his bravery on local news stations led to surge in donations to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Wait, so he's terminally ill? Never mentioned that.
When did it say he was terminally ill?
Just then.
With what?
Critically ill children like himself.
Oh. Interesting.
Sometimes these SCPs piss me off in that sense. So they have the information, but they also don't have the information. Yeah.
I mean, it's just people having a little bit of fun.
It is. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so that's my little story, quick and easy.
That was the end of it?
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, that was a cute little story.
Yeah, not really a story, just a quick little psyop of him.
We need to move this skeleton poster to be over here because it's more creepy.
Then jellyfish?
Mm-hmm.
Jellyfish are crazy beings. They don't have any organs.
I just think that fits the vibe more.
Yeah.
I guess that was kind of a shorter episode.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep, sorry about that.
Next week, Jordan will be more prepared.
Yeah. I better be.
Yeah.
Or else I'm going to be replaced with Grant, apparently.
Yep, that's our deal. Grant's gonna replace you.
The rudeness.
But not really.
Yeah.
It would be really inconvenient. And I don't trust Grant.
We'd have to smell him.
I don't trust him to be consistent.
Yeah?
I can't force him to be consistent like I can with you.
Yeah. It's true.
Not force. Just encourage.
Not encourage. Because I changed the date. If we're going to do it on, what, Thursday?
What do you mean?
We're going to do this on Thursday?
No, we're doing it on Sunday.
Well, now we are, but we were going to do it on Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was Partners in Paranormal. Thank you much for watching, everybody.
Yep.
And we will...
Well, if you want to follow us on social media, we have YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, which also on Twitter, tell me why I got Twitter just, or I guess X. I haven't had X/Twitter in years.
Mm-hmm.
And I got X, and now all I get on my For You page is porn.
Really?
And, like, dead animals, like people hunting fucking deer and stuff, and porn.
That's what the algorithm thinks you like.
But I have blocked every single, like, I've muted those accounts.
Really?
And they still pop up. I've tried liking other stuff that I actually like.
Yeah.
It's just, like, targeting me or something.
Huh.
It's weird.
Are you on, like, a certain section? Because on Reddit, you can either go to top post, your feed, or you can go to just, like, popular.
This is on Twitter.
I know, but I'm wondering if they have that sub...
I don't know. I filled out a bunch of things of it being like, what do you like? And I'm like, I like traveling and cooking and yoga. And then it gives me porn and hunting.
Well, yoga on YouTube, at least, is...
No, on TikTok.
On TikTok?
It's just like porn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's not yoga.
Yeah.
It's straight up.
Well, what they're covering is yoga. What they claim to be yoga.
Yeah, I mean,
If you search yoga on those platforms, then you will just get naughty things, not actual
You will
informative yoga.
outlines of vagina and butt.
Yeah.
That's it. And boobs. But if you have if you want to follow us on social media, we have Instagram, TikTok,
X.
YouTube. I guess we have Twitter, Reddit. We have a Reddit.
Wait, really?
Yes.
I'll start posting things on our Reddit.
Well, we have a Reddit page and a Facebook group All of them. They're all partners in paranormal.
Mm.
Just follow us. I try really hard. So.
Yeah.
And if you can, rate and review our podcast if you like it. If you don't like it, just keep scrolling.
Yeah.
And also tell your friends, because that's how the word gets around. It's telling your friends.
Tell your dog, tell your mother.
And now that we have better audio, it's probably nicer to listen to.
Yeah.
For people who are not our parents. At least my parents listen to it. Anyways.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Signing off.
Bye.
Bye. Goodbye. Bye-bye.